Hi friends, welcome back. I'm Jolene, and today I wanted to talk about how to get your tomatoes to ripen faster, especially if you live somewhere where it's going to be cold pretty soon. This is something to start thinking about. This summer has been kind of an odd summer at least for tomato ripening. We had a really long cold spring, and so it just seemed like it took a while for the plants to actually start ripening tomatoes. And just about a week ago, maybe a week and a half ago, almost all these tomatoes down here were completely green. And so I realized that I had to do something to encourage these tomatoes to ripen. And I have a bug on me. So our frost-free date here in Centralia, Washington is October 23, I believe. We're pretty much the end of August, so I'm just going to say it's September. So we have about a month and a half or so before we start getting some heavy frost. And when frost hits, it basically kills a tomato plant, and oftentimes the tomatoes will get frostburn, and they're not always that good. Sometimes you can save them if it's a light enough frost. Anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks before my first frost, I want to start prepping these plants to get busy actually ripening. So the main way to do that is basically you're going to be focusing the energy of the plant to ripening the tomatoes. And so there's a couple ways to do that. And I kind of briefly touched on this in my garden tour video that I did last week. But basically, one of the things you want to do is to make sure that the tomatoes are actually getting sunlight. If there's a bunch of leaves and they're crowding out the sunlight, the tomatoes are going to ripen a lot slower. So just check all your tomato plants and make sure that there are no leaves covering them so that they actually have a chance to ripen. For me, that meant most of the tomatoes that are ripening right now for me are this lower section. You can kind of see going all the way back. So as you can see, my tomato plants stems are pretty much bare of leaves, about 2 feet or so up the plant here. I still have quite a few leaves at the top, but I've actually taken a few of those off as well, any that were covering a tomato plant. The other thing you can do, and I would recommend that if you live anywhere in the Pacific Northwest to be considering doing this very soon, is to take off the top of the plant. By doing this, you're basically just telling the plant, stop growing. I want you to focus on fruit production. And a lot of this does stress the plant out. As you can see, a lot of my leaves are curled, and a lot of people can get concerned when they see their tomato leaves curling like that. That's a sign of stress. And some stress is bad, as in diseases and such, but some stress is actually good for the plant. It tells the plant that, hey, I really need to get ripening these fruit, because the goal of the tomato plant is to reproduce. All the plant seeds are in these tomatoes, in the fruit. So the tomato plant needs to focus its energy on ripening fruit so that animals will eat it, and then when the animals, leave their droppings, their seeds around. And so this is the way that the plant is able to reproduce. So by stressing it out, it makes the plant realize that, hey, I don't have much more time to be ripening this fruit, and I want to reproduce, so I better start ripening my fruit. So by doing this, we're kind of artificially stressing the plant out. So some leaf curl is okay, especially if you've done a lot of aggressive pruning, kind of like I have. Near the top of my plant, there's not quite as much of the leaf curl. Usually it happens around the older leaves. Another thing you can start considering is taking off all the flowers off of your plant. Pretty much, if you have flowers on your plant right now and your frost is about the same time my frost is, in about mid-October, those flowers aren't even going to get a chance to barely even create a green fruit, let alone ripen it. So I pretty much took off all the flowers off of my plants, because I still have some pretty small fruit about that big at the top of my plant that is still completely green, and I want that to ripen before my first frost. Another thing that you can do, and I haven't really done it yet, but you can cut back on your watering, and that stresses the plant out as well. Usually they say cut it back to about half of what you were doing before. I'm probably not going to do too much of that. If tomatoes don't get sufficient water, they tend to get cracks and such. So I tend to just want to continue watering, but probably sometime in mid to late September, especially when we start getting more rain, I probably will cut back quite a bit on the water. Here, actually, I'll pick this one because it's right. Some of my fruit is getting some of the cutting here, the splitting. When I was on vacation, I had someone watering the garden for me, and then it happened to rain that week as well. So they got quite a bit of water, actually a little bit too much, and it cracked some of my tomatoes, which is fine. It's still edible. So all that stuff that I just talked about, I did that about a week and a half ago. And like I said, most of the fruit down here was completely green. And as you can see, I'm already getting quite a bit of ripening. In fact, I'm really excited because my beefsteak here, isn't that beautiful? It's going to be ripe pretty soon. Now, what happens if you have a bunch of green tomatoes and you see frost in the forecast? Don't fret, it's okay. You can pick all the tomatoes. In fact, if you start watching the weather, I start watching my weather about the beginning of October. I start watching it very closely to see when there's going to be dipping down into 30 degrees. And when I start seeing that frost is going to be happening soon, I pretty much just strip my tomato plants of all the tomatoes. And yes, there's a lot of green ones, but there's a couple things you can do. One is you can leave them out, you know, in a warm environment like in your kitchen, and they will naturally ripen. What I like to do is I make green salsa and have a really good recipe for that. Maybe I'll share that later. And it's really delicious, and you can use green tomatoes or you can use tomatillos. I always have green tomatoes at the end of the season, no matter what. There's always some green tomatoes. So I make green salsa out of it. So there you have it. Those are some of the easy, quick tips to encourage your plants to start ripening their tomatoes. And I hope that you found that helpful. Please be sure to like and subscribe. So thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to go out and grow something. God bless.